Zoe, what the hell have you done? Stabbing my family's oldest son in the back like that. As his wife, who the hell do you think you are? Because you went and had that affair with another man, my son jumped off the top of a building in order to end his life. I don't want a devilish woman like you coming to his funeral, then I'll be forced to kill you. And don't you even think about coming around looking for whatever money he's left behind after that, because you're not getting a single penny of it. I will never let you get away with what you've done to my family. How could you do this?
Wesley, do you have a moment to talk?
Oh, hey, Zoe.
Are you close to getting home to your mom's house?
Well, the thing is, while I was taking the bus home, one of the tires burst, and so we all had to get off and wait for a new bus to come and get us, so we're running a few hours late. I think there's still another 40 minutes left to go now, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's a lie.
Is that right? I'm sorry that happened to your bus. Hopefully you brought some snacks with you in order to have something to eat while you're waiting.
Thanks. And I had a granola bar in my bag that I ate while waiting outside.
Did you talk with your mom at all about it? I'm sure she was worried that you hadn't made it close to her house yet.
I made sure to send her an email about it. She still hasn't replied to me yet, but I'm assuming around this time she's in the bathtub and doesn't have her phone on her.
I see. By the way, that should mean your mom is still not texting or using any other messaging app like that, right?
That's right. The last time she tried texting with anyone, she got really angry at the keyboard on her phone and broke it. So she's just stuck to doing things like email and calling people. She's really getting up there in age now, so it makes sense why, with all the newer cell phones becoming even more advanced, she's less and less likely to try texting again. If she really did want to try again, she'd be really terrible at it.
That's what I thought.
Why are you asking? What happened?
Well, listen, I got a few strange texts from someone who was trying to act like your mom and was trying to get something from me. The contact was one I've never seen before, but the ID for the number said nothing besides mother-in-law. I just wanted to check with you about it and make sure your mom didn't all of a sudden start texting.
What? In other words, they made it look as though they were my mom, and that they were able to text you and everything about me?
I'm sure it's not her, though. Especially because of the things they were telling me about regarding you. Everything made no sense at all. It was almost like some kind of a horror story.
What was it all about?
To you, I'm sure this is going to be something really horrifying to hear.
Well, you wanted to get a better understanding of who it might be, and that's why you're texting me now, right?
Well, yeah. Because it was about something that I need to confirm with you before you get home to your mom.
Then how about you send me screenshots of everything that person said about me, and I can read through it all.
I can do that, but just be very careful as you read it all.
If you're asking me to be careful, it must be a hard read. All right, I'll be careful. Zoe, I read through it all. I see now what you meant by it being pretty horrifying. I sure don't think that I've died or anything, unless I've become a ghost and don't know it yet.
Wesley, are you going to be all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Sure, that got my heart racing pretty quickly, but you can tell that whoever this oldest son they're talking about is, they're not me. You might want to just ignore it, to be honest. There's nothing we can do to help whoever that is.
That's what I thought. Having to get so many scary messages like that from someone I don't know has really made me feel a bit sick to my stomach.
Thanks for checking with me about it, but I'm gonna be okay.
No worries, and happy to hear that.
But you should really just block that number, Zoe, or at the very least mute all their message notifications and just ignore them until I come back home tomorrow.
Those are good points. I'll just mute it for now.
Also, refrain from going out for a bit, just in case whoever that is targeting you. Tomorrow, I'm going to be driving around a bit in the morning, so at that time, I won't be able to respond to anything from you. My mom and I have a lot of things to take care of before we're ready to take her car and come back home to you.
I'm aware. Luckily, I don't have any plans to go out, and I'll just be chilling at home.
Make sure to lock the doors and windows as well, please, just in case.
Sure thing. Thanks for reminding me.
Zoe? Not only have you never replied to me since I sent you all those texts, but you never even came back to the house, either. Do you have any idea what the hell you've done to my son? And now you're ignoring all these texts from your dead husband's mother of all people? I don't care how much you've been sleeping with another man behind our backs, you are still my son's wife and need to be here. At least do your job one last time as his wife and come here to take care of his parents. I don't know where the hell you're hiding at right now, but you get your ass back here right now. I swear if you don't start replying to me soon, I'll call the police on you and file a formal report saying you were the one that talked my son into killing himself. Then I'll be the least of your concerns while you're being taken away by the police and sent to prison for killing a man. Zoe!
Wesley, good morning. I'm sure that you're in the middle of driving right now. When you have a chance to chat, please text me back.
Good morning, Zoe. It'll be another hour or so before I'm back home. We wanted to get some breakfast while we were out, and so we stopped at a restaurant to take a break. Luckily, we took care of most of the paperwork before coming here, so once we're done eating, we'll be ready to come back to the house.
Your mom is with you, right?
Well, of course she is. Did something else happen?
I made sure to mute that person's number, but I forgot to mute calls from them as well. And, well, they were calling me this morning. So I took a look at my phone to see what all they'd said to me since yesterday, and all of it is even worse than before.
Seriously? And I made sure to check with my mom, and she's still not using her phone to text or anything.
Thank God. It's not like any of the messages from this person look anything like the way your mom would text me if she could anyway. By the way, have you told her about this happening?
I did. I showed her all those screenshots of the texts you sent me while explaining what happened. She started to go off about how no one should ever be allowed to talk about me like that or talk to you like that. She was pretty upset, which wasn't surprising at all.
I see. So this must just be someone trying to either scam me right now, or it's someone else's mother.
Hold on a second.
What?
My mom actually took a look at those screenshots again and said that she noticed something about whoever that is' profile picture.
Huh? The profile picture?
The profile picture is... Well, there's something in that picture that my mom remembers seeing once before. She told me that she remembers those exact artificial flowers in the picture from somewhere. Now that I've taken a closer look, I kind of remember seeing those flowers somewhere myself.
Then there's a chance that this person is someone both you and your mom know?
Anyway, we're gonna finish our breakfast here, and then we'll be heading back to my mom's house. Then I'll make the trip back to you.
All right, I'll be waiting for you.
Zoe! I remembered where those artificial flowers are from!
What? Wesley? What do you remember about the flowers? Aren't you supposed to be in the middle of work, by the way?
I've remembered something critical about them. I know where that house is with those flowers and everything.
Wait, whose house is it?
That would be your ex-husband's house, I believe.
What?
And what I should be saying is that house belonged to his parents before they moved out. They should be long gone now, so there must be a new family living there now.
That's right. You and Kyle are coworkers, aren't you? And now that I really think back, the way I first ran into you was when I was out with Kyle and he introduced me to you saying you were a good friend of his.
That's right. I learned that back when he was only in second grade, his parents got a divorce and he was forced to move with his mom into her parents' house. And he was living there up until he graduated from high school. My mom and his were good friends back then, so I would always go over to that house with her so that she could talk with his mom for hours.
So that's where you remember those fake flowers from then.
I'm sure you know what ended up happening later on, right? 8 years ago, his mom ended up getting into a lot of debt after borrowing so much money, and that led to Kyle and her getting into a lot of fights, and then him cutting ties to her.
Yeah, and that's why when I started to date him and eventually married him, I'd never seen his mother.
I'm starting to see what might be going on here.
What?
I mean, you got that message from the person saying you went and had an affair, and that led to her son jumping off a building and killing himself, right? And then they sent you some things about not wanting you at the funeral. If there was really a funeral being held for Kyle, then I would have heard about his death through work and through some of our friends from back in the day.
Good point. So this really is a scam then, right?
Most likely, but I want to check on one more thing with one of my friends.
All right, please do.
Zoe, you cut that crap out right now and reply to me! How many times do I have to ask you all of this before you actually comply? Ignoring your own husband's mother of all people. I'm about to dial 911 right now and tell them that I found the person behind my son's death.
The one that would really like for the other to cut the crap out right now is me.
So, you're finally replying to me now, Zoe. And the first thing you're going to say to me is that? Those parents of yours that raised you really did an awful job raising a respectable wife.
Right now, my mother-in-law is sitting right next to me laughing her ass off over all this crap you keep trying to pull. Now, who the hell are you? And don't tell me that you're my mother-in-law, because you're not.
Huh? Sitting next to you?
And my husband is with me right now as well. In other words, I knew that you weren't my mother-in-law a long time ago, so there's no trying to fool me here. And as for the police, I've already called them and told them that your number is a scam number and that they can start to investigate at any time now.
What? What are you going on about right now?
If this helps you understand things any better, my mother-in-law moved in with us a few days ago. And right now, we're drinking some tea out on the patio.
Huh? So, both your mother-in-law and your husband are together with you right now?
My mother-in-law was living by herself for some time, but after my husband and I bought a brand new place that is much larger and has a guest bedroom, we've decided to have her come and live with us.
Huh? Oh, you're really sleep-talking now, aren't you? We live in an apartment. We're having to rent this place. Now you shut the hell up and listen to me.
Alright, so you are just a stupid little scammer. If you'd really like for me to call you by the name you deserve, then I'll call you my ex-mother-in-law. Does that work for you?
Huh? Your ex?
You're Ivy, correct? The mother of my ex-husband, Kyle?
You're telling me that Kyle is your ex-husband? Zoe, you're already married to another man now? Who the hell are you with now?
I will never tell you that information.
You tell me who they are right now!
Who the hell would tell a complete stranger private information about their family like that?
You shut your damn mouth and tell me who he is right now!
No. All you are is a nuisance, and on top of that, a scammer. I don't have the patience anymore to put up with your attitude now, so please just stop talking to me. I'll be going now.
Zoe, I want you to pay me a settlement of $100,000 for having that affair while married to my son. Since Kyle is no longer with us, thanks to you, I'll be the one taking that money in his place. I'll send you all the bank information for my account after this, so make sure that the money gets into it by Friday next week, please. I will only allow you to pay me that $100,000 in one lump sum. Now pay up! Zoe, where the hell is that settlement? I'm talking about that $100,000 you owe me.
So you haven't learned to shut the hell up then?
I told you that today was the deadline for you to have that money sent into my bank account, right?
And what's the reason you want me to send you that money for again?
Are you telling me you're not listening to the mother of the man you killed after you went and had an affair with another man?
Here's the thing though, I haven't been his wife for years now, so stop calling me such and go screw yourself.
I know that already. But that doesn't mean you never went and had an affair while married to my son.
I never did, though.
Huh? But you just told me last week that you went and married the man you were cheating on my son with. I will not allow you to backtrack here, saying that you never ever married that man.
The man who is my husband now is a man that I started to date and then married 1 year after I had divorced Kyle. And if you want to know something else, that divorce between Kyle and I took place 5 years ago now.
What?
The reason we got divorced? We both had different ideas about the kind of family we wanted to have, as well as the kind of future we wanted to have with one another, making it too difficult for us to live with one another. Neither one of us blamed the other, and when we got the divorce, we made sure to split our properties fair and square, and then never talked to one another again.
Huh?
So you're telling me for the past 5 years you never knew about him and I getting a divorce?
Wait, but Kyle... Because his wife was sleeping with another man. He took his life after jumping off a building downtown. No, he didn't. Kyle is still very much alive right now. Huh?
By the way, the only accident I ever remember him having was a broken leg, and that wasn't even from falling off a building.
Huh?
Now, you listen to me right now, Ivy. It has been 8 years now since your son went and cut you out of his life for good. I understand that he's living far away from the rest of us right now, and that it may be very difficult for you to get accurate news about him. But what you call him falling off a building and killing himself wasn't really that at all. He was just at work one day eating lunch, and after his break was over with, he went to go back down the stairs to his desk. And as he was about to descend, he tripped and fell down 2 flights of stairs without stopping.
What? Is that what happened?
He also did get cheated on by his wife at some point, but that some point was around a year ago, and they are not divorced. In other words, your threats against me after claiming I was the one that made him kill himself isn't going to fly at all.
Right.
There is something very crucial that I just said there, and I will repeat it one more time. It was Kyle's second wife who had an affair and cheated on him, not me.
What?
And not a single person at the moment has heard anything about him having a funeral now, right?
I just assumed that I never heard anything about the funeral because he had cut ties to me so long ago and nobody wanted me to go.
Is that what you assumed? Anyway, all of the things we found out on our end have been relayed to you for your sake. Which now means that from now on, there is no reason for you to ever be bothering me with any of your crap ever again, right?
Well, hold on a second. About that $100,000.
Have you even been listening to what I said? I divorced Kyle 5 years ago, and we never wanted to get a settlement from one another. And that happened after he had cut ties to you, so you don't get to have a part in any of his affairs anyway. So shut the hell up about some BS settlement for $100,000 and go screw yourself, Ivy.
I am in extreme debt right now.
Extreme debt, huh?
I'm in debt $50,000 right now to a male prostitute.
You're in debt $50,000, yet you were threatening me for $100,000? Why is that?
I wanted to have more money in order to be able to afford him and not go into debt.
Is that right?
Are you going to help me? You understand as a woman yourself, wanting to have all your pleasures met by a man that knows what he's doing, right?
Screw off.
What?
Such a disgusting bitch.
Zoe!
With all that having been said, goodbye forever.
No way, wait a second. Oh, please just give me $100,000. That's all I'll ever ask from you.
And with all of that having ended, it turns out that the scammer who was yelling at me and blaming me for cheating and killing her son was just my ex's mother of all people trying to scam me out of my money. Word about this soon made it to Kyle himself, so he went around telling everyone he knew not to ever talk to her and block her number immediately if she tried to reach out to them. And the reason why Ivy was ever able to get my new number in the first place was because of some uncle of Kyle's that just so happened to know it and let her have it. I made sure to tell Kyle about that, and Kyle went to his uncle and cussed him out for doing such a ridiculous thing to me. From now on, there really shouldn't be any more trouble for me regarding that family and all their BS. Now, as for Ivy and that $100,000 she was trying to scam me out of in order to afford that male prostitute she was with, the pimp of said prostitute found out that she was already in debt $50,000 and wouldn't be able to afford that man anymore. So he cut her off from him and told her to leave them alone. She was later not able to pay her apartment's rent, and a week after that, notice came from her landlord and she was forcibly removed by the police. From what I've heard about her through some rumors, she had to start working as a prostitute herself, and apparently is living with her pimp who treats her horribly. I'm pretty sure there's never going to be another day in her life that will be easy for her. But that's what scamming assholes like her kind of deserve. A year has gone by now since those events took place, and Ivy started having to work as a prostitute in her old age. I saw in the news that some sort of a serious problem ended up happening, and she became the victim of a very disturbing crime. What the police and the news reporter both said is that due to her old age and everything, she wasn't doing too well finding men who would pay to sleep with her. And so she got into this cycle of using whatever money she made on things like plastic surgery instead of paying off her debts. She ended up going all the way to Mexico for a surgery that was said to be really cheap and would allow her to get the breasts of a young woman back, which did happen. And for about a week or two after coming back to the US, she was doing really well and lots of men were starting to pay for her services. But after that, her health severely deteriorated. She was found to have developed breast cancer not too long after she started to feel ill, but instead of helping her get treatment for it, her pimp tossed her on the streets, and she was forced to fend for herself. However, without her line of work making her any more money, she was really not able to pay off her debt anymore, and soon the loan shark that she really pissed off found her. The police report states that all they found was her deceased body in the back alley downtown somewhere, and that they're actively searching for said loan shark, but don't have any leads. I called Kyle to see what he thought about all of that after seeing the news. But all he said was that she got what she deserved, and sadly, I believe the same thing.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.